Right, we're back. Let's get the game rolling because it is dragging to alt overall. Ooh, okay. If we can get the point of success, I'm winning that battle. India got kicked out, okay. Hmm. Japan 1 maybe? I don't know. But Aqua Farm Systems is unlocked, which is great. I can bolster water production? Yes. That's gonna be expensive, isn't it? It's gonna cause some good shortages, right? Not as heftily as I expected. But bolster all productions. At least in some locations, this might be enough to get people actually working in these. Yeah, it would be enough to convince people to work here. Okay, good. Mauritania needs more electricity production, though. Yeah, the new water plants use way more electricity. Just build them all up. It will cause oddities once annexations occur, but they've already done weird stuff with the numbers there. The greatly increased water production is helping, that's for sure. But it is causing a spike in electricity costs. Thankfully, renewables can solve the issue. Which is also why I'm trying to set them up in every state. Excellent. I can either upgrade this, get a company throughput bonus, or work on one of these. I think increased agricultural throughput is a necessity. It's gonna take 6 years. But yes, the war's over now. Okay. Global stock market. Right, there's still tax issues I need to deal with. Seven is 350, just barely enough. I'll go look into that later. That is for sure. Five here. Ish. More than five here. Almost 10 here. Also almost 10 here. Hopefully that doesn't end up using too much software in the process. Though I am rightly a bit worried about this whole mess. There, that should be all my taxation capacity issues solved once that gets done constructing. It's a lot of levels, but it doesn't take that many pages up. But I'm still working on the data centers down here. Which is good. The real problem is just the sheer number of renewable power plants that needs to be built. Those take a long time to construct. It doesn't help that I keep getting people storing in. Far more than I really would like to have. Get some basic environmental protection shit set up. The real problem is that the communists don't actually care about the environment at all, so yeah, they don't actually have a stance on it. So I need to convince them that this is the best way to go. And it is. It will lower throughput overall, but it will give me access to the recycling production methods, which get me a lot of extra capabilities. Okay, so pollution no longer has an effect on mortality. Or standard of living. I need to check to be sure. Yeah, it does apparently have no effect there. Yep, okay. Mortality 0. Yeah, that sounds about right. I mean, it's probably not the case for non-laborers, but that explains a lot. At the very least, for laborers, machinists, it's at 0, thanks to what the communists do with the health system. Yeah, minus 10% mortality per level. So it's minus 60% for laborers and machinists. So for them, it's just pure population growth. High-speed rail. So how's the aerospace industry looking? Okay, I think I can afford to transition that all the way over. Okay, what's left among the telecoms plans? Don't have it. Niger and Dahomey, they're the big ones that keep producing these. Wait, what tech just got researched, and why did I forget about it? Production tech... High-speed rail. Right! Okay. High-speed trains. Next tech is OSs. Version control on software industry. Requires more computers, but produces even more software. Doesn't use any more paper either. Regardless, it uses up 3 telephones. Does increase telecom consumption, but telecoms are ludicrously cheap. Especially now that I start to have satellites. There we go. Well, I presume I only have these 2. Internet data reporting or cloud optimizing. I need to have the internet. Why? Isn't the internet? Yeah, it's tier 9. Why must you do this to me? Game, please. Okay, unrealized taxes are now just minuscule. It's a tiny amount in Sokoto. Which in case I should check on it. And upgrade you. Oh, yeah, that makes it so that it produces organized data. Huh, cool. So how's the data center doing? As expected, fairly poorly. I am not surprised in the slightest. But as I transition over, it's going to become more and more useful because... yeah. Eventually, raw data is going to start to become more and more notable in its production. There's going to be much less optimized data in the process. There we go. Successfully moved on to the next stage. Now I have enough sways to stage public debate. I've got plenty of political rigidity to work with, so. There. Now there's a reasonable chance of it going through. To the next stage. It's not guaranteed, sadly, but it will pass its inspection for the vote. Alright, time to upgrade the automotive industries. Are they lower or are they higher? Higher. Since all that inherent messiness is gone, I might be able to in the next election swap to that. That goes doubly once I promote socialist values, so. I just need to wait for basic environmental protection to finish this process, which might take a while. Oh jeez, the private queue's busy with renewables as well. environmentalism. I'm not certain on the mining laws. I like having my mines, so. Right, game. What's next to research? Machine learning? The useless one? Computerized research networking, which would make things even faster? Nope, the all-important video games. Lovely. Pixel-based game development. It's a leisure need. Okay. That thing's probably going to become a big deal. Prioritize non-luxury furniture is active in the building. Must be from the old days when these were produced by the furniture manufacturers. I mean the home appliances. Yeah, that was a thing once upon a time. I think about it, I don't remember actively swapping to that. Probably something to do with it. No loss in tax revenue, not yet. Still halfway there to integration. There we go, it's sure to pass. And I'm fine with the Trujillo states leaving my control, so long as they come back to the Pan-African Union. They kind of need it. Oh, you're moving to Supreme Legislature. Advanced electric control. So it's microelectronics and yeah. It's automation tech. It's useless for my case. Our rigs are down. Question is just how far down. There they are. No, I can't do it in Libya yet. I need the Libyan territories. Yeah, I've got everything now. Okay. Shoot. Rare earth shortage. I'm well aware that I don't actually have that many rare earth mines available. Which is why I need to be cautious about it. It's a lot easier for me to produce that uranium, at least in the quantities necessary for electricity production. There's a reason why I do plan on sticking to wind turbines, though. Solar panels has the benefit of reduced cost of labor, but that's not something that I actually care about. Not at the moment. To mill mass migration. Oh, the all-important video games. I do want to set up an interactive media industry to see what happens. Well, no better place than East Hauserland. There's almost 2 million unemployed. I do wonder where I ended up setting up my motor industries. Sure. Let's swap you also to turbo diesel. Because I need more engines. And swapping over in places where the electricity isn't that much of a pain to deal with. Yeah. Paper is so unnecessary though. When is the next election? Please excuse the lag. It's temporary. 94. So just under 2 years. The bureaucrats, of course. The big thing is the recycling aspect. Actually, yeah, sure, promote secular values. Yeah, I kind of want to stop subsidizing these. Oh yeah, the subsidies for these. At the very least, it might reduce some things. And it might give them incentives to build highways instead. Which aren't great, but they tend to be a lot cheaper. Okay, they're cheap in resources, but oh boy. But you can only build one. Alright. Thanks, that actually explains a lot. Yeah, I think I can turn off the greener grass campaign. There's easily enough people in every location here to fulfill any sort of employment need. Thinkable. And that's part of the reason why I need so many engines. Because advanced mining techniques are ludicrously expensive. I genuinely think aluminum would be a better good to use. Yeah. At least in the big cities. A couple of them. Okay, maybe a bit more than that. Much better. At least the software industries are definitely going strong for the time being. But back to the mining question. I think rare earths would be best for now. Since there's a genuine shortage of that. Copper might also be a good idea, since I definitely underproduce the stuff. Thankfully, the vast construction industry means that robotics are already fairly well produced. And if need be, I can always swap over to a more advanced system of production in one of the smaller industries, than in, to be precise. How much do I need bauxite? Pretty badly. Wow, okay. A bit surprised by that, but sure. It's because it hasn't been built up in full. That's a big reason why. There we go, that's maxed out. Okay, it's still not enough to fulfill the needs. How about common ores? I could definitely use more. But I need to be careful, I only have so many robotics to work with. Anything big? Here you go. Or I could just swap them all. It's not that many robotics. There we go. Sulfur is a big deal. Yes. Of course, that just means that there's another lack of electricity production here. Thankfully, I've already been working on renewables there. It's not quite a problem yet. Probably will be in the future. Iron is ludicrously expensive. So swapping over to that's a big deal. On the price of lead, yeah, sure. I'm not hurting on advanced stores, at least I don't think so. I'm doing pretty okay. Then again, I think they're pretty expensive on the world market, aren't they? Oh yeah, okay. I can stand to produce more. Electricity shortage. Okay, that's reasonable. Assuming that's accurate. But robots have gotten expensive again, so... Now, the company's not from globalization. Where's the last? Yeah. Definitely swap the robotics industry fully to CNC machines. But not upgrading the glass industry's data section. I have. It's just not as strong as with here. Okay. Yes, it varies. Some industries just don't do well with data management. Or, well, they don't get as many buffs as others. do. And some are just uniquely well situated to take advantage of data management. Ah, so we're leaving the research stuff for last. Great. Now, it's not like I wanted to finish the tier 10 tax in 2000 anyway. I'd say I'm probably done with the campaign once the research tree finishes. Depends on how far along everyone else has gotten. Because if at any point the tech spread stops, it's probably a sign that I've caught up with the rest of the world. I doubt I'll get to that point within a reasonable amount of time, but there's only a few techs left in both trees. Well, there's around 10 techs left in both trees, each. Though the production tree is a bit bigger. Well, it's not too surprising. I am getting more production tech, I believe. I doubt I'm going to last the 9 years necessary for this to finish getting the next mandate for. It's going to remain that way on that length of time unless I can get a minor power in. There's a high chance of them accepting. Declined. Drat. Try again later. Their GDP has dropped. Probably. Oh, yeah. They're gonna decrease to insignificant power soon because of how their GDP dropped from leaving my market. I was hoping to bring them in immediately, but it doesn't seem to be the case. Did the price get worse the last time I looked? Yes, I know it was declined. More robotics industry, so put another automation tech which I can't really use. Or at least it would not be a good idea for me to use. Hooray! Massive, massive population that I don't know what to use for. And I still keep getting immigration. I've got millions of unemployed people. I can just check the numbers here. Yeah. Almost 22 million unemployed. And my gainfully employed are 85 million. My workforce ratio is almost a third. It's over a third even. Just you wait. It's gonna do the neural networks first. Of course it will. So, right. Have I upgraded this? Yes. 2 levels of that. Have I? Yes. Number 2 producer worldwide. I mean, I'll take it. Big thing right now is software. I produce enough computers for the moment, but software. I need more software production if I want to become more effective. The more software I get, the more I can push towards digital data on premises. And then the data centers will become actually reasonable buildings. Come on, I click the view candidates button. I want to see if it's still, yup. The communists have held way too much influence for way too long. I just need to swap to a more reasonable setup. Oh, fine. Could use more luxury furniture production. More furniture production in general, even. Government is just still a squabbling legislature. Gotta wait till the next election before fun stuff happens. Okay, so chemicals. I believe I've already put them on the maximum level. Yeah, steam reforming. Doing okay. The problem is I just don't have that much sulfur. Am I importing anything? Yes. Number 3 producer world of a couple of things. Number 1 in interactive entertainment and man o' wars. Right, that. Groceries, paper, rubber. Comes with being the 3rd biggest economy in the world. Number 28 in GDP per capita, which is impressive, considering that I'm the 3rd largest population in the world, thanks to all the people that have been straying in. I'm just curious about the culture list. Wow, this is sorted by population. I still have 50 million houses and 30 million food, but that's probably an assimilation. Filipino. You Bengali, yeah. Second-class citizen, yep. They're working on it. It's cultural community acceptance, that's usually it. Computerized research centers. Right. Where are my universities? Down here? There they are. Okay. Another 500 innovation, please. Oh, and I'm going to start using digital data on premises. Just to bolster that throughput even higher. And maybe to use fewer computers in the process. Software. 30,478 uncapped innovation. 3,600 thanks to the change in... Yeah. Of course, that does mean that things are expensive again. There's at least one state which has taxation capacity. Issues... Yep, Sequatoria. Okay. I have upgraded you to yes. Bring in the Malay people. Oh, right, I need to have an interest there too. Let's turn off my Iberia. Maybe the one in Persia. Yeah. Don't really need to do that. I've got laborers for that. Oh boy. $2.19,000. Well, I can click this and check. Yeah, it is accurate. Wow. Oh, wow, that throughput. Okay. Oh, it's the Libyan desert. Oil pipeline, yeah. Right. There's an oil pipeline here, which is why it's so high throughput. We'll need to increase electricity production later. Oh good, internet is spreading. Of course I will get fracking first. Which is, yeah, I still haven't finished transitioning to the next, to the second to last, the horizontal drilling. Perforation. The next step is fracking. Which uses up a ton of water. Oh, yeah, that might be a problem. That one I'm not sure if I'm gonna do right away. The sheer amount of water used. I mean, that makes sense. That's exactly what fracking is. Dumping in water into oil reserves in order to push out more oil. I mean, there's very real seismological problems with doing this. I will not disagree on the fact that it is a procedure that exists. There, now it correctly calculates that. I'm supposed to have a very high leverage finish. It took long enough, but my infamy is almost gone. Yes, it took this long. But yeah, with internet I can set it up. Adjust it again. Where are my software industries? Further down? No, further up. Surprisingly high up, but here they are. Version control. Nah, there's no need for me to use websites. There we go. And set you to that. I suddenly have a massive need for computers again. Woo. At least software's good. Which means, yeah. Chip founders. Chip founders. That will use so many rare earths. There's no way I can afford that. Maybe on a smaller one? What is my smallest electronic components? It's the rubistates. That's already too much. I cannot use a nanotransistor. It will just cause serious problems. The multi-core processor. It's also pretty bad on my rare earths use, but not as bad as this makes it look. But I don't need more processors. I mostly need more computers. So I'm not touching it until I get some like advanced workstations. Laptops is probably what I'm gonna go for though. Needs a lot of software and batteries though. But hey, less plastic. Yeah, I'm always juggling between computers and everything else. Do not like how high those welfare payments are getting. Your GDP needs a boost. I can provide. It seriously needs a boost, because otherwise you're not gonna make it. You'll be back to a minor power in no time, as soon as you get into my power block. Then you have the market you need. I mean, look at Sri Lanka's GDP. Spiked. Now, that probably has something to do with the... Wow. Wow. That's a lot of construction. Nothing better to do, I guess, but still. Wow. You might want to avoid subsidizing the railways. Do you at least... Good, you're using transport where possible. There's a massive rare earth mine. Cloud computing. Another company available. Fine. Enjoy. software has another potential upgrade. Yeah, it's up here, isn't it? Right. Cloud-based DevOps. Okay, so if I turn on internet, I do cloud-based data processing. Oh, advanced seawater filtration. Good. It still won't bring my water to... won't keep up with my water usage. Oh. Huh. Wow. Well, that means one thing. Start doing a bit of fracking. I should pick a space. Yeah, there's plenty of electricity here. Okay. Start using up that water a bit. So definitely need the oil production. HDTVs. Do I actually need televisions? I'm not sure. Could we use more space assets production though? Oh, there's the election. I was wondering when that was going to happen. I think after the election and some finagling of politics, I think I'll call it. Depends on what happens when I slot in just anarchists and if that's feasible. It does seem reasonably feasible. The projected amount for the anarchists is a lot higher. Well, proportional vote. Gold reserves are starting to fade. It is still a few years before it disappears completely, but I'm not gonna go active restoration, not yet. It's just turmoil production for me, so much rather have urban sustainability to get that mixed recycling. Plastic gain is going to be very helpful. Great, the useless one. I'm gonna wait until biometric data ban unlocks before working with that. How's production tech look? Oh, plastic recovery is coming in soon. Yeah, I'm gonna swap everything to plastic recovery. It's a lot easier to produce aluminum than it is plastic. In fact, I might just sit it on there. It's not even gonna make that much of a dent. But the extra production is greatly appreciated from my end. Because if I need to, I can always produce more. Oh joy. Oh, I could use more hardwood. Okay. Yeah, I don't need a bureaucracy bonus anymore. Groceries are getting expensive. Great. It's never a good sign. It's meat production. Can I increase meat production? Indubitably. The question is it actually worth it in my eyes? I missed it. It's further down. Here you are. Oh boy. Can I afford the robotics in question? Kind of. Gonna need to make up for it somehow. There, that should deal with a lot of the meat issues. The biggest problem is the sheer quantity of robotics I now demand. That can be resolved with some construction right here. Somewhat. I need more than just 10 levels, that's for sure. Another 19 here should be enough. There, that guarantees it. It definitely will be enough for the current needs. It's gonna come in anyway. No need to worry. Ah, great. Really? Really? You thought it was necessary to ask them? Small countries have no loyalties. Oh boy, now the anarchist society, due to some oddities, is... yeah. Can't wait to see the results of this election. Yeah, these are a long 30 days remaining. Yeah, any lost stuff is probably best if I waited. See what happens when I finagle around the government. Hopefully I can get more even distribution in the process. Alright, I should adjust mobilizations too. Perhaps later though, that's a lot of computer usage. And space assets. This is a functional government. Votes are a funny thing, aren't they? Reset the cabinet. general mortality improvement. Doesn't really change. Okay. That is a much more even cabinet that will dramatically improve things. Hopefully. Maybe. No, it's the sheer number of executives. Oh, okay. It's either satellite support or AWACS support. There. Those are the highest stats I can get. But I've definitely gone long enough now. Maybe the adjustment will cause good things, I'm not sure. At the very least, I hope that the interest in the communists is going to go down somewhat. And the anarchists and close will get more traction. Western Mali does have market access issues. Oh boy. Maybe build a highway? Oh wow, that's a lot of construction required. It's basically... Yeah, it's basically a skyscraper, but for infrastructure. Yeah, it's the railways. They're being silly again. I can find ways to try to make transportation more used, but I don't think there's any way to really do that. Yeah. Pretty much everything that can use transportation already is using it, so... Guess perhaps I can lower... That's a lot more engines than I remember it being. When did I swap this? Yeah, stuff's happening. I'm working my way towards getting the Philippines into my power block, though it's going to take a lot of time. They're still not particularly interested, so... From amount by which the Philippine GDP exceeds 2 million. If I can get them into the power block, they'll turn into a minor power again. They drop down because... Yeah, look at the GDP chart. Every dip is when they've gotten occupied or otherwise blockaded. So, yeah. I might end up being able to go towards anarchy, I don't know. I honestly, to some degree, doubt that it's that feasible. Especially since pretty much everyone's against it. Swap back to radical Democrats. Oh, they're party socialists in the government. Yeah, okay, I get it. The thing is, this is the only way to manage it because otherwise they get too strong. Yeah, the radical Democrats outside the government. Inside the government become party socialists and all that. Anyway, I've gone on long enough. I'll see you again next time. Till then.